Hello crafters! This is Suzanne from A Creative Muse and I'm here with a Stamp and Storage Ink Carousel video. I got a new ink carousel for their standard ink pads like this size, which is called the Slim. I will be detailing and linking all the different options below because all the options are on the same web page, okay? So you can kind of mix it up, but there is an option for Altenew Fresh Dye Ink, your standard ink pads, Distress Ink, Distress Oxide. Right now, Stamp and Storage and Best Craft Organizer, two different companies owned by the same person, but both of them, they have 20% off site-wide. So you can get any one of these goodies. I even have my paper handler down here, which I'll go into later on in the video. You can also use it to get cabinets, their new craft island. They have a die cutting station. You can also customize how you want your cabinets to be and also your craft island. Even the die cutting station, you can organize the bottom of it, like the top will be there and then everything else you could do cardstock only. You could do shelves to fit your machines, extra machines in, things like that, or your tools, all sorts of goodies. So 20% off site-wide and then you get free shipping at $150. Thumbs way up. Alrighty, so I have my two spaces open here. This is actually a IKEA Expedit unit. This is not a Calyx. Same size as the Calyx. Expedit is the older version of the now IKEA Calyx, okay? It's the same thing, same dimensions on the inside, which I believe is 13 by 13. I think either the Walmart or the Target version of the Cube system, one of them matches this. So the Carousel would probably fit in there. I would just double check all the sizing of those if you have them. But if the Carousel does not fit in your cube unit, you could just put it on your counter too. It'll still work. It will still rotate. It will just work like a lazy Susan on your counter. So that's another option as well. I'm going to put the Altenew one here, and then I'm going to put the regular ink pad, which I'm going to put Simon Says Stamp ink pads in this one over here, okay? Alrighty, so let's get into this video, taking a look at the ink pad carousel. So right now my ink pads, let me show you, are over here. And I'm going to be installing my Simon Says Stamp inks. The carousel will hold 72 full-size ink pads. Thumbs up, way up. It will also hold mini ink pads. That's like a little extra bonus on top of it. I keep all my Simon Says ink pads in these Totally Tiffany containers. If you watch my videos, and please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing. I'm trying to reach my goal of 20,000 subscribers. I've had this storage solution for a while. I really don't use it. If you listen to my videos, I always say that I'm using my Altenew Fresh Dye Ink. I have all of these in full-size ink pads. It's because I have it in here, stored in here, I just don't reach for it. I even have other brands as well. I have Catherine Pooler, Simon Hurley inks. I think some of these may be from My Favorite Things like that. Then over this side, I have even more. So you see I have all of this and I don't use it. So now get in the carousel. We'll have it here nice and ready to go. So I'm going to show you two carousels. If you don't have an IKEA Calyx unit or an Expedit, you can just put this on your counter too. It'll just stay on your counter and just work like a lazy Susan and still hold all the inks. It's still fabulous. So you don't have to have this, but it is made for this. But so fun. Look at that. This big slot, that's for the ink pad. This small slot for mini inks. Yay. All right, now let me bring up the other one. This is the one I've shown in the past. And you have to hold it carefully because it is spinning, okay? This is a carousel for Altenew Fresh Dye Ink. Now, this is the one my friend sent to me. So there are two options when you're purchasing this. You can get it natural, which would be in a wood tone color. And then you can have, for a little extra, have it fully assembled and in white. Please go with this option. So my friend bought this and I think she bought an extra set. We were talking one day and she's like, do you want an Altenew carousel? I'm like, huh? Yeah. And she sent it to me. It comes completely disassembled. So you have to assemble it and then you have to paint it. Let me tell you, the amount of money I spent on spray paint and time and painting over a few days because I had to keep letting it dry. I painted this thing like 5 times. Then I had to put a top coat on it as well. And I'm using the best spray paint for this type of thing. It still wasn't covering. So I suggest for just your sanity, get this one. The only time I would say do it yourself, if you have a professional sprayer, you have the proper paint for it, like cabinet paint. Your husband is a cabinet maker. You are a cabinet maker and you spray paint cabinets all the time. You go into people's kitchens and you spray them properly. Then this is easy for you. Outside of that, spend extra money and get it ready-made and assembled and all the good stuff, okay? Because this comes all in pieces and then you have to put it together. Mind you, I was able to put it together, but still, the spraying is what was like, oh, here is smooth. Up close and personal with this one, even though I was sanding, not as smooth, just not as smooth. So this is how you would put the Altenew Fresh Dye Ink. Now with Altenew, for me to get the names here on the side, I have to buy strips. I'm not buying the strips yet. And I don't have a lot of full-size ink pads. What I do have is their mini inks, and that I've been using for a while. So this is how you would do it, okay? I would keep spraying this, and then I would ask my family, especially my mother, does it look white? No, it still looks brown. Let me show you what I did use for it. Rust-Oleum Painter's Touch 2x Ultra Cover Paint and Primer in one. This one is white flat. And I also used, when I finished, matte clear. Okay, so these are what I use. Multiple cans of this. I had to keep going back to Home Depot and buying more of this. So I suggest spend the extra money for your sanity. Get this one. Head to head, looking at it, this is smooth, white, done. My own still has a little tinge of gray. I'll bring up the camera closer to it so you can see. So now let's go ahead and now fill up this little baby. Okay, so I think that's it. I may tweak it, of course, but I did have it in order pretty much in these, and they come in sets of 3s for each color family or each set of shades, like light purples, and then there's a darker purple and then light pinks and all that. So I pretty much had it all arranged, but I think it looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and bring my Altenew Fresh Dye Ink, the little mini ink pads, and show you how you can put ink pads in here. I won't store it in here right now because I don't have the names on the sides like this. I do like the names on the sides. That is fun. That is like right there, a thumbs up, way up. If you have distress ink or distress oxide, you can also purchase those little things or print them out too, the names for the sides as well. Okay, I do have my distress oxides in Tim Holt's tin. One of these days, I'm getting one of this too for his distress oxide, and I'm also going to have to get it for distress ink. So it will be 2 more of these carousels. One day I would love to get all of Altenew's Fresh Dye Ink in full-size pads, but these are pricey. They come like 4 in a set if you want to get the whole color family from light to dark. I have some, just not a lot. My friend did send this to me, so she's giving me the jump start, but please don't spray it yourself. It's not the same as when they do it professionally in-house and then fully assemble it too. It just comes in a lovely box, a little bigger than this. You just open it up, take out the box, put it in or put it on your counter, and you are done. Okay, crafters, so here's a close-up of the carousels. This is the one that comes factory ready from them and pre-assembled. Look how beautiful it is. Look how clean it is. This is the one I assembled. So now you can see that this is much brighter, whiter than this one. And when you come up close into it, I'm going to come up close. You see all of this? I got so tired of doing all of this type of sanding and such. You have to assemble this first before you can spray it. So I think even in here, you can still see it's not like fully white. And I was going through cans of spray paint doing this, and I just got so fed up with it. So I suggest for the extra money, not a lot more, get the nice clean pre-assembled in white version. I will put in the description box below, fully assembled in white. Right underneath it, it will be this version, and I will put in parentheses brown. That means you're getting the one you have to put together all the pieces, including these, which was just so much fun, and then you have to spray paint all day long. You see the bits? So it's not like perfect and pristine. This is perfect and pristine, okay? Let me go get the mini ink cubes. How I keep my mini ink pads are in these Tailored Expressions containers. It's not in my head right now what the name is, but I like them and I don't like them. They do hold 48 mini inks. When you put 6 of them across, you can't lift it out. I have to use a tool to lift it out. It's hard for me to get my finger in there and lift it out. Like so. You see? So I'm always having to use something to lift it out. Let me see. I do have some Concord and Ninth, and Concord and Ninth does have the name on the side. So I could technically put Concord and Ninth here. This is also some Tailored Expression, some of their inks as well. I could use that too. Here I'm using my tool-in-one to lift it out. That is just, yeah. This is the Tailored Expression rainbow set that I bought. See all the names? This is when I would use this. Simon Says does sell these inks mini, but at this point I would just keep the large. So I can leave this open too, but this is also an option. When I get my new craft room done, then I'll keep these here like so with the name, and then also these. And I'll know that is 2 different companies. I'm fine with that. No problem. At least I can see it here. Or I may use their grid system. They also have a little grid system that you can put in their cabinet. Those are on sale. So this is fun. Right now at Stamp and Storage, they have 20% off site-wide, and you can apply it to everything. So site-wide, everything, whether you want a cabinet, a craft island. My craft island, currently in the garage in a box, but getting there slowly, very slowly, but getting there. Love the craft island. I did buy the bar height because I am 5'8". Also, if you want, you could also get their paper handlers. Let me show you the paper handler. For 8.5 by 11 sheets. Here I'm storing Spellbinder's Essential cardstock, not the new color wheel cardstock. My plan for that is a freestanding cabinet with papers. I'm showing you a graphic here so you can see what I'm talking about. That's what I'm going to do with the color wheel cardstock. Get that whole set and have all, 48 sheets in one big row. That's fun. That will be the extra large size single cabinet. It can hold 47, and I'm going to put like black and white on the bottom to make the whole 48. Yeah. Here I have the full set of Essential cardstock and even specialty cardstock here on the side, like brushed gold. You see it? Plus, they're not just for card makers. You can use Stamp and Storage and Best Craft Organizer for quilting supplies, diamond painting supplies, Legos. If your kids do Legos, you can use their cabinets with the little drawers and keep your Legos separate, and all of that. So even for the Lego artists out there, there is a whole thing that they can do to keep themselves organized with their little blocks and all the sizes and all of that as well. Lots of fun. Look around. But I wanted to take the time out to show you this beauty that is now housing all of my Simon Says stamp. And I thought I had a full 72, but I still have some extras here. I think I have a few doubles, and I hate doing that. But yes, I think I bought some things twice. So I'm going to figure these out as well and tweak this, but I think this is so fabulous. I will detail and link all the options for the carousel below. I will even be putting the Tim Holtz Distress version, both oxide and regular ink. It will be the same thing because it's the same size ink pad, but I'll just separate it just in case you always only think oxide and you might have both. It's the same thing, but I'll just still separate them. And also for Altenew Fresh Dye Ink, but most ink pads are standard ink pads. So if I wanted to put my Simon Hurley, here are my Simon Hurley ink pads. I also have his new Stellar ink pads. These are still standard size ink pads, so both of them will fit in here. So you can still do this. I just don't have a name on it. You notice that? Okay, crafters, I just want to show you that you will be seeing this in my videos and you're wondering, where did that come from? This is the ink pad carousel for your full-size ink pads and even for your mini inks too. Thumbs way up. I believe they also have a slimmer one just for this too if you just want to do just mini ink pads. So definitely check them out. I will link the version for the mini ink pads only below as well. Thanks so much for watching. And if you are in need of a paper holder, this is a by far winner. Use the 20% off and get this baby right here. Free shipping at $150, okay? Alrighty, crafters, until the next video. Stay crafty, my friends. Bye!